Hello, everyone. So I mentioned on my Facebook page a couple of days ago about the spells deck. I've had this deck for a few weeks now, and the reason why I haven't done a video on it, I actually started a video on it, and then I realized the nature of this deck, and decided that instead of doing a regular like tarot or oracle unboxing, I wanted to do something a little bit different with this one because this is a really good teaching tool. Okay, so I've got the spells deck here, and this is by Cabral, and the illustrations are by Kim Knoll. There are 78 charms, remedies, and rituals for the modern mystic. And so on our page, we talk a lot about witchcraft, and I know that that term can really throw some people off, but it's a religion, I don't even know if I would say it was a religion. It's a following like any other. There is some stigma to it, that there's Satan worshipers and things of that nature. And while I'm sure there are Satan worshipers in the world, most branches of witchcraft do not worship Satan. In fact, we follow your traditional deities in terms of that. But this deck kind of gets into little bits and pieces of what makes up modern witchcraft, and I thought it would be interesting to take it. It's done in sections, and to take each section and just kind of expand on the cards that are in it and talk a little bit about it and what they mean. So we're going to break this down into a couple of different videos. There's just a little booklet, kind of more of a suggestion booklet that comes with the deck, talking about what the deck is about. It's a witch's divination tool, an all-level guide to rituals, spells, recipes for magical occasions and intentions. Witchcraft is a practice that anyone can learn. It is universal and embedded in the fabric of every culture. Witches have existed for centuries, weaving the art of magic and passing down its wisdom to the next generation of seekers. Whether you are just beginning to harness the witch within or have experienced dancing underneath the full moon, these cards will provide information and foster intuition. So that really impressed me about this deck. The sections that it's broken into, and it's got just some, basic information in here, not necessarily pertaining to the deck itself, but talking about the magical days of the week, the different phases of the moon, the wheel of the year, the witch's calendar, citing different pagan holidays. Okay, how to use the deck as a divination tool. Now, this deck would be perfect for a card a day, or if you're experiencing one of the phases of the moon that you want to do some ritual intentions for, drawing a card as a suggestion there, or basically just to kind of add some new angles to your practice if you practice. So the sections that the deck is broken down into are Category 1, the Witch's Tools; Category 2, Language of Magic; Category 3, Bonds of Love; Category 4, Abundance and Good Fortune; Category 5, Rites of Purification and Renewal; Category 6, Fire of Passion and Creativity; Category 7, Intuitive Awareness; and Category 8, Witches Familiars. Now, I'm going to kind of mix up how we're going to teach those instead of in that order, because I think a more logical order could be followed there in terms of what it explores and when. So I'm going to do the first section. And how you can tell the sections apart is there's different artwork on the backs of each of these kind of groupings. Excuse me. So for the first section that we're going to do is going to be the witch's tools. And those have the tan and black artwork. Okay. So I don't have these in any particular order, and they didn't come in any particular order. It didn't seem, they're not numbered or anything like that. So it's just kind of a mixture, and they have symbols at the top. So the first card that we have is the altar. A sanctuary for your magic, altars are as diverse as the traditions that use them. In many paths of witchcraft, an altar contains candles, a cauldron, a cup for water, an atem, which is a knife, a bowl of salt, a pentagram, a wand, and statues or images representing your reverence and interpretation of divine spirit. Your altar is an extension of you, a living thing reflective of your practice with sacred items that hold personal significance. Clean your altar during the dark moon, replacing flowers, dusting off tools, and meditating over recent spells. So you can see you have an explanation of what should be on the altar, and you have an explanation of what the altar is for, and basically just a suggestion of, you know, maintenance that you can perform on your altar. So that's the type of cards, you know, that you're looking at here. Is it's going to give you an explanation about something. It's going to kind of give you a little bit of insight into it, and then maybe a suggestion. So the next one I have here is the cup. A cup filled with spring water. Okay, well, hold on. The receptive vessel used for divination, representing feminine mysteries, health, wealth, and water. A cup filled with spring or mineral water can be gazed upon to see the future, and also when you're in need of reflection. What images become clarified in your mind's eye when gazing into the dark waters of the cup? On the eve of the new moon, pour wine or a rich libation into your cup and use your wand to draw a pentagram symbol over it, invoking prosperity, abundance, good luck, and cheer for the next lunar cycle. Drink, dance, and be merry. All right, so this goes into the atem. Known as the witch's ritual knife, the atem is a powerful active tool in witchcraft. The atem is traditionally a double-edged knife with a black or dark-colored handle and represents air or fire depending on a witch's tradition. Used exclusively for magical work, not for carving or other utilitarian purposes, the atem is used to call on elements, cast a circle, or invoke or banish energies. On a full moon, paint magical symbols that represent manifestation and action on your atem's handle, letting it dry under the moonlight. The next one is wand. The wand, a tool representing fire and active energy, is best found in nature. A wand is only as powerful as the actions, words, or energies behind it. Walk in a wooded area during Mabon and look for a branch that evokes alignment and symmetry and speaks to you. If you feel empowered and in charge when you hold it, this is your wand. Some witches decorate their wands with crystals, paint, feathers, or stones. Charge your wand on the full moon with incense that invokes fire energy, such as cinnamon, ginger, allspice, and chant. Rod of fire, nature's wand, be charged, potent, swift, with might. And speaking of fire, these cards kind of stick together. The next one is candle. With the shape-shifting power of wax, candles represent the element of fire and also faith, transformation, and inspiration. Candles are synonymous with magic, for they are accessible and easy to use. To ignite the flames of magic, all you need is a small white candle, a clear intention, and a symbol that represents it. Carve a magical symbol into the candle. For love, you'll draw a heart or a symbol of Venus. Dress the candle with olive oil or any oils or herbs that correspond to your intention. Visualize your goals and raise energy by chanting, dancing, or moving around the circle. When you feel peak inspiration, light the candle and call out to the universe, so mote it be. Then we have circle. To cast a circle, light 4 candles, one for each element, and starting with the east, place a candle on the east, south, west, and north points of the circle. Next, light a candle representing the divine spirit. Ignite purifying incense in your cauldron. Starting in the east, walk around the circle, holding up your cauldron, honoring each element. Repeat with your cup, sprinkling water around the circle. Next, walk around the circle with your atem, visualizing a purple light, pausing at each direction to welcome the elements. Finally, call in the divine spirit, holding up your wand to the sky. The circle is cast. Proceed with meditation, spells, cakes, and wine. To close, say farewell to the divine spirit and walk counterclockwise in the circle, saying farewell to the elements and snuffing out the candles. Speaking of cauldrons, the hearth of witch's home, a cauldron represents the goddess and receptive energy and can be used for burning incense, warming a home, and divination. Ceridwen, the goddess of Welsh and Celtic lore, is known as the keeper of the cauldron. She is identified as a mother figure and a wise crone, blessed with profound knowledge and the gift of prophecy. Ceridwen uses her cauldron to reveal brilliant truth. When the cauldron appears, take time to watch incense burn. What do you see in the billowing flames? Concentrate on the dance of smoke, for it is a symbol of change, rebirth, and transformation. The divine spirit. Magical tools are aids for harnessing energy, but without intention and divine spirit, they are powerless. How does divine spirit appear and manifest in your life? Your connection and devotion to divinity is more powerful than all of the esoteric tools and techniques in the world. When do you feel most intuitive? Is there a goddess, ancestor, or spirit who habitually appears in your dreams? During the full moon, explore how your spiritual path has developed over the time, from childhood to present day, taking note of moments when you felt tested by the universe and magical possibilities felt out of reach. How did you connect to divine spirit and renew your soul with magic? Book of Shadows. A witch's diary of spells, inspired poetry, and lessons. All magical practitioners should keep a book of shadows to record their discoveries. Find a book with blank pages. On a new moon, gather your coven for a festive evening of decorating your books. Chant, words grant powers, let ancestors' blessings pour down in abundant showers. Then swap your books of shadows with someone to share stories and spellcrafting. Shuffle this deck, pull a card for another witch. Think about how it applies to them and add your thoughts to their book of shadows. And finally, we have the witch's broom. A witch's broom is a tool for clearing away routine energetic buildup and should be kept separate from brooms used for cleaning. Sweep a circle in each room of the house, visualizing a lavender light coming in from your broom's bristles. While you sweep, chant. With each sweep of my mighty broomstick, I banish all lost entities, mischievous beings, and unwelcome guests, so mote it be. Perform this rite once a month during the waning moon to release spiritual residue. Hang your broomstick near entryways for protection. And that is the last one in the section of Witch's Tools. So what I thought I'd do is that each week I'm going to do a video, because as you see, there's, with so many cards in each section, it's going to take us a hot minute to go through them. So I figure I'll do a section a week, and we'll explore this deck together, and that'll last for a little while. And that way we can also have discussion in the thread below if anybody has any questions or would like to expound on some topics. I'm certainly open for discussion. But I hope you guys enjoyed this first look into the spells deck by Cabral and Kim Knoll. And I look forward to seeing you again with this one next week. Bye-bye.